Hello and welcome to the Sporting Tribune today. What is going on, everybody? We are here on another. It feels like we have a reaction every time we come on here, but we're going to react to some more blockbuster news that happened in the NBA. This is probably one of the most electric off seasons that we've had in a long time. Even though each free agency, it seems like it's pretty good, but I think we have the perfect crew here. We got John Browner, we got Demetrius Beav down below, and we got Sixers superfan, Philly superfan, Timothy Parker down there in the right corner. Obviously, we have to throw it to Tim first because let me just give you guys context. If you don't know, you should know by now. Jaylen Brown was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George and 2 first-round picks and what was it, 2 seconds or something like that?
Yeah.
So, Tim, the floor is yours, my friend.
The United States men's soccer team won and advanced to the round of 16. I love it. The birthplace of the United States is Philadelphia. This is July 4th weekend. On the 250th birthday of the United States, the birthplace, Philadelphia. And you know what the Sixers did? They fleeced Boston just like we did the British in the Boston Tea Party, baby. We fleeced the Celtics. We got Jaylen Brown coming to Philadelphia. USA, Philly, baby. Let's go. I'm pumped up. We have the best lineup in the Eastern Conference right now. 3 All-Star wings. The MVP is healthy as a big man. I am fired up. Philadelphia is fired up. USA, Philly, Philly, Philly. Let's go.
Tim, I will ask you, you're not sad that Paul George is leaving? That's kind of crazy.
I literally heard a Sixers fan about 2 hours ago say, F Paul George.
Wow. Well,
and I think that is nothing personal against Paul George. But I just think basketball fans, first of all, we appreciate that he shut down Podcast P and just focused on basketball for a while. We appreciate that. However, he was just a guy. He's not the same guy. Like, this is not the same guy, even from the Clippers. So, whatever. That what makes this a fleecing, because it seems like it's a salary dump from the Celtics, or they're trying to save a couple dollars for 1 year. But what is Paul George going to do for them in the Eastern Conference? Really, like that Jaylen Brown couldn't have done against the Knicks. Oh, they didn't get that far. They lost to us. So what is Paul George going to do? So from a purely basketball perspective, this is one of the stupidest trades ever. Even Boston people are perplexed right now. They don't understand it. So for the Sixers, we're like, thank you, Boston. We'll take your beans. We'll take your tea. We'll take everything from you.
John, do you think this is the best offer they got for Jaylen Brown?
Spite is a deadly tool. I'm telling you right now. Spite has brought down many men. Whatever their issue was with Jaylen Brown, I saw a report earlier today, and I went back to it to make sure that I saw it correctly, that there were some people in the Boston Celtics organization, and this has been put out and has been picked up by some verified accounts, that they thought Derek White had a better season than Jaylen Brown. This was said by people in the Celtics organization. So the level of slander that is now caught wind that concerns Jaylen Brown, to me, seems like this is more than basketball. For people saying that, he doesn't look good with the analytics. The analytics people don't like him. He still plays actual physical moving basketball. And so sometimes, yes, this report right here, sometimes I think in the sport, the nerds want in so bad, and now the business people are basically nerds with more money than the basement nerds. They're hiring people who come to them with basketball on a spreadsheet. I would roll the basketball out and pick Jaylen Brown against all but maybe 7 players in the NBA. Jason Tatum's not included in that 7. And so this idea that the Boston Celtics traded what they traded for Jaylen Brown to not even to a division rival.
Yeah.
To what really is an
Historic rival.
Actual rivalry is a slap in the face, and I guarantee you, Jaylen Brown is going to destroy the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
Jaylen Brown's going to put that Sixers uniform on, and Jaylen Brown going to be on a mission. We talked a lot about how the 5th pick just fell to the Clippers. It felt like out of heaven, and you just look down and went, "Oh my God, who?" You don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you walk and you trip over a bag of money, buddy, you don't take it to the police. Okay, you roll that bag up, you put it under your arm, and you run home. That's what the Sixers just did. You won't deal, click, and hung up. Click, hung up. Called the league office like, yo, the Celtics are trading us Jaylen Brown for Paul George and these 2 picks. Send it in. Don't. If they call me,
don't think
answer.
twice.
Right. If they call me, don't answer. Like this. To me, with this, I'm going to take Joel Embiid out of the equation. If you look at what the New York Knicks just won the title with, you going to tell me Philly doesn't already have that?
Yes.
Before you add Joel Embiid, Philly already has that. This has been the craziest 3 days I could remember in NBA free agency. This is bananas. You traded a guy who was a top 5 MVP candidate, a Finals MVP, a Eastern Conference playoff MVP, and an NBA champion for what was left of Paul George. Like, Brad Stevens is a smart man. This was dumb.
I don't even know if he's making this. I can't even believe he's making the decisions. Like,
I would say this. We'll use the air quotes with this one. Per sources, they're saying that this whole deal actually shook down because of new ownership, right? And if you're looking at it, the new ownership is already not winning over with the fans. If this is how you view Jaylen Brown in the long scheme of things, but I will say this: going forward, I don't know if y'all watch Netflix, but this is going to be the Nemesis season 2 taking place right before our eyes. You got Tatum versus Jaylen Brown. I'm ready to buckle my seatbelt. You know, Coltrane can't get caught in the series, so you know Jaylen Brown can't get caught in this series. So with him, Maxey, and VJ, it's going to be a show to watch. You see how VJ and Maxey was feeding off each other. Now you add Jaylen Brown to the punch. It's going to be a whole different element of what's going on. A 30-year-old person that they compared to PG in his prime, you can't knock this. You can't knock it at all. But the whole schematics of this is just, I would say, what made Jaylen Brown value go down is when he lost the series versus the 76ers, hopped on stream and said, this is one of my best seasons. I think overall, that was his ticket. That was his ticket right out the door.
Okay. Okay, Beef. Let's do this. Let's have a back and forth about this, because at some point, you take your temperament into account, right? So don't use it. Use whatever frame of mind you think they were in. Why would they be offended by that? On paper, it was. You had what people believe to be the 1A. The Celtics threw that season away in hopes to get in this lottery business that happened this year. And Jaylen Brown said, "Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. I got this," and then gave you that performance. And because he was proud of his work, you traded him?
It's tone deaf.
So you just lost. You just lost a series. The first thing you do is not take time off or just literally sit there for a moment. You go straight home, right? That means you still got enough energy that you didn't exhaust in the series to go home, hop on stream, and then rant about the series that just took place. That is a no-no. That's a no-no in sports etiquette at all. If you go home after a loss,
let's just ask this, B.
It's crazy.
Like, what if Paul George did that? We'd be like, "Oh, get off the microphone!" Like, what are you doing?
Wait. If Paul George did that,
that's what I'm saying.
If Paul George did that, there would be his jersey on Century and Prayer right now, hanging from Intuit Dome on fire. That's how bad it would have been.
But here's the thing. But Beav, I do get John's point, is that like they wouldn't even be in that position without him.
Thank you.
They wouldn't even been a first round in the first round with home court advantage. And yes, they did blow the 3-1 lead. I understand that. But all the reports that are coming out right now is that he didn't request the trade. I don't know where this narrative came from. Maybe it was from the media. I'm sure it was from the media. But it came from either the Celtics or the media that oh, there's a rift and that he doesn't want to be. He never requested a trade.
There was a rift.
But he never requested. If there was a rift, he'd be like, I want out now because.
Okay, this wasn't like a mutual breakup. Like he was like, I'm cool with him, but the Celtics were like, we just don't want you no more. And going back to that stream, I think the problem with that stream was you had won a championship the year before or whatever reason recently, the last couple of years. 2 years ago. So to say that this is your best year just because you had personal success, that shows you don't care about the team as much as you say you do, and we're shipping you out of here. That's the Celtics' point of view.
Go ahead.
And real quick, just to piggyback off that is you got to think about it, and like I said, per sources, new ownership, right? This is a slap in the face to the new ownership coming in to think that I have a player that thinks they're bigger than the team. And I'm not saying that he is, but it's kind of like you said, it's tone deaf to come on stream saying, oh, I did what I had to do. The rest of them, they couldn't cut it, right? Shout out to Tatum, but the rest of y'all was stinking it up out there. But I had the best season I had. Shout out to MB flopping and all that good stuff. So it was very tone deaf in regards to that. And then when you look at it as a whole team, I feel that he shouldn't have been gone. John, you are right. He analytically, he had the best year ever. And it's really dumb looking at it because even what you received back in this trade was what 2 firsts and a second, knowing that the 76ers are not going to be bums no more. What is these picks going to equivalent in the draft? Nothing.
Let me ask y'all a question. And I because maybe my memory is bad. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this on me. And this is why I'm asking people for help, because sometimes when you don't know, you have to ask. So I live in a world where there are no dumb questions, there's only dumb answers. Who started Ron Harper Jr.?
That was Joe Mazzulla.
Okay. Who started this other guy I never heard of?
Baylor Shireman.
Who did that?
And Luka Garza too, John.
And Peyton.
And so who in that organization has the right to then turn around and be mad at Jaylen Brown when in a Game 7 you started a group on the floor that you had never, ever started before? Hell, one of them didn't even play until that point. And so from a strategy standpoint, yeah, I'm going home and I'm feeling good about myself because y'all just threw this away. Y'all turned y'all back on me. I carried this team all year, and the thanks y'all give me for that is going in a Game 7, y'all finna start Ron Harper Jr. Y'all finna start Luka Garza. See, you agree with me. Y'all finna start Luka Garza. So this idea that this one stream somehow got Jaylen Brown out of town, to me, seems like cover fire for something else.
It was the nail in the coffin.
Been that.
It was the nail in the coffin of what's been building between them, the Celtics, for years. It was the divide between Tatum and Brown.
But who divided them?
Yeah, that's like
no, that's crazy. I don't take it in that breath of Tatum and Brown was divided because they literally worked hand in hand in regards to that.
They won a championship together, playing really well.
That's what I'm saying. I would say the tone deaf moment, and I know it might sound so cliche, because we can all speak not only in sports. We've seen people gone for less than just a stream, right? We've seen players get executed for less, but even taking a deep breath the wrong way. That stream alone was enough to get him out of there. Because again, it was super tone deaf. How can you lose and go home and hop on stream? It's not clicking.
That's just who Jaylen Brown is, though. Like he did that all throughout the season. And like
he did it
after great games. He did it after bad games. Like, yeah, sure, he did it after they lost it, but he did it throughout the whole year. So I mean, that's just who he is. That's just the type of person that he is.
You absolutely cannot publicly say that this was your best year of your career when you lost in the first round to a team you should have beat, and when you've won a championship 2 years ago, because it shows how selfish you are. The only reason it was your greatest year was because Jason Tatum wasn't there, and that's what we've been talking about for the last 4 years.
Okay, let me put it in this context because maybe this will be easier for people to digest. Let's say you work at Spectrum, okay? And they have a terrible year as a company.
It's below the belt, bro. Okay.
What I'm saying. Let's say they have a terrible year as a company. but you blow up as a person. Your profile blows through the roof. Are you gonna? Is it wrong for you to then be like, "Yo, this was the best year of my career"?
I'm not an employee of Spectrum anymore, so I can say that. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It is the same thing because your success, in his particular case, his success equated to the team's success, and because he was good, they were good.
It's true, Tim. It's true. He was the reason they won 56 games was not because Peyton Pritchard was really solid as a role player.
It wasn't because of Derek White.
Okay,
sorry.
No, I got a better example than that.
Let me cook on this for a second.
I'm going full screen.
Peyton Pritchard, bro, get all the way out of here with this guy. Peyton Pritchard is a good seventh man. Okay, if you put Peyton Pritchard in Orlando, buddy, that crowd ain't going crazy for that. Cut this out, bro. We know why the crowd in Boston love Peyton Pritchard. Stop it with this. Stop it. So now y'all finna run Jaylen Brown out of town. Oh, well, we got Peyton Pritchard. Oh, we got Derek White. Those dudes are good because Jaylen Brown is better. I don't understand this concept of, oh, now we finna turn to these dudes. When Jason Tatum went down, they didn't go, all right, Derek White, it's your team. Here's the ball. They didn't go, hey, Peyton Pritchard, it's your team. Here's the ball. Jaylen Brown did that. And so for me, I don't know if y'all may have noticed about me, but I'm very proud of anything I've ever done. So if I do something, I'm gonna tell you I did it. So
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what the
Jaylen
situation
Brown
is.
I could rock with Jaylen Brown, Doc. I just don't understand. And another on a personal note, I don't like how that organization can tell a black man not to be proud of his work.
This was Shaq and Kobe without the nastiness. It had something. You got two alphas on the team, and Jaylen Brown. So, and look at Jaylen Brown's perspective. He carried the team with Tatum not being there, so he wants his damn respect too. But
what's wrong with that?
But to publicly tout your success when the team lost in the first round is why your ass is out the door.
Bro, some bad games in that series too against the Sixers.
And I would say this too. I would give a better analogy because this is like a meme world, right? Has everyone seen that meme of like it's like an Olympic standing and everyone's standing on a podium?
Oh, and the guy's at the bottom.
He's at the bottom, popping champagne. That's Jaylen Brown, bro. You were at the bottom. This is the best season you had. You sitting at home, losing to the Philadelphia 76ers. But look at it like this, and just look at it in this light, right? I don't think it was beef between Tatum and Brown. Not at all. Not at all. That narrative we can put to the side.
Thank you.
Where my beef starts with is with the new ownership. Something was rubbed off the wrong way with this new ownership, speculations. And because of that, this is why this trade took place. And it took place at a rapid speed, right? He didn't ask for the trade.
They were begging teams to take him.
They was begging teams to take him.
They John Moran him.
What happened in that organization, right, to fast track him getting out the door, regardless of all the acclimates he had, right? And the only thing I can literally point to, because we're not there, we're not in Boston day to day,
right?
We're not in the office and all that. The only thing you can literally point to is that stream, because all the other streams during the season and before games was not bad. That stream alone, wasn't he talking about the refs and some more stuff in that stream?
He talking about a lot in that stream.
It was too much being talked about in that stream. It was an emotional stream, which emotion got you out the door.
I also think it's like it may not have been a beef between Brown and Tatum, but I think there was a slow cook of who is the alpha man of the team. And it was always Tatum, and it's always Tatum, and it's always Tatum. And if you're Jaylen Brown and you know your worth, and you finally prove it this year, you're like, I'm that dude too.
Okay.
But that stream was the tipping point.
Bruh.
They cut him off.
Speaking of tipping points.
Tim, they cut you off.
They cut you off,
Tim, we can't hear you. Tim, we can't hear you.
The mic, as soon as he tipped it over, that's how Jaylen Brown got that door.
Yeah.
Tipping point right
Go
there.
Go ahead, John.
Let me say this. Because from an aesthetic point of view, Jason Tatum gets more love than Jaylen Brown from a public perspective. Jaylen Brown didn't get as much love from the Boston public. Jaylen Brown didn't get as much love from the organization. And so when we talk about a rift, the rift came from within the organization. It was the organization trying to put those two guys together against each other, and it just never flew. Right after they won the championship, people are like, oh, are they going to break them up? The conversation has always been, are we going to break them up? And I honestly believe that people like Jason Tatum, because from a visual standpoint, his game is more appealing.
Oh, who's echoing? They want to hear your voice twice.
I know, right? So from where I'm looking at it, and what I haven't really heard anybody attest to, so I'll just go ahead and say it. The light skin effect is the reason why Jason Tatum is still in the green jersey and Jaylen Brown ain't.
That may be true.
I'll take it a step further than that. I'll take a step further than that.
Oh, Grant, you don't believe that?
No, I've never heard that before, and that could be real.
It's Boston.
It's Boston.
We're gonna talk about the Lakers next and what they did.
I'll piggyback off of John's statement. I'll take it a step further. I'll look at the head coach. The head coach wasn't rocking with Jaylen Brown.
Thank you.
No, how do we know that though?
No. I'm just gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna go. Game 7. Why are you rolling out these bums?
What?
Why are you rolling out these? Who, me? I'm saying, why are you rolling out these players on the court? If we trying to win a Game 7, and you got
Joe Mazzulla's a weirdo, anyways. Like he's a freak, so he'll do weird stuff all the time. Like, go ahead and shoot 53s. Like, who cares?
But I'm saying that whole DNA of that coach was a nail in the coffin for Jay. That's another nail right there. We finding the nails as they come.
And also, here's something that, and this is why this is so egregious. Brad Stevens at a press conference just said, we need to change the way we play because us shooting this many threes, it doesn't work anymore. And so you go and trade for a guy who really can only now just shoot threes and picks who aren't really people. This is the third team now in this cycle of free agency. They're playing pick roulette. It's a shell game. It's a shell game. It's a hoax. Over here, and move it over here, and move. It's what happened to Jaylen Brown, and I might go buy a Jaylen Brown jersey tomorrow if I didn't hate the Philadelphia jersey design so much.
Okay.
I want Jaylen Brown to ball out. I've never wanted somebody to be more successful that I wasn't a fan of the team before in my life, dog. Jaylen Brown got a raw deal. I can't wait for Jaylen Brown to play the Celtics because goddamn well he's finna look over at Jason Tatum and go, hey, no. I got him. I got him. This finna turn into a real, like a blood feud again.
It's about to be,
and they might be cool. They might be cool now. But Jaylen Brown finna look at him and go, you didn't say a word when all this was happening to me. So we might be cool, but you never spoke up for me. And that hit me a certain way. I never said nothing publicly. But I'm finna bust your ass out here on this court. And people finna know. They finna know who was better.
And Grant, before we go to break, I just want to say, from the Philadelphia perspective, this is a revenge trade for the Celtics fleecing us in that when they drafted Jason Tatum and had us draft Markelle Fultz. This is the revenge trade because they fleeced us then. We're getting them back now. Let's go, baby.
No, y'all fleeced yourself on that, bro.
But hey, that's still
like, y'all cheddar bobs. Y'all cheddar bobs.
Yeah, listen, I'm just so shocked that this thing happened.
Bananas
to this team, like if all teams, it's like if they traded Paul George to the Nuggets after they blew a 3-1 lead. It's like, all right, man.
Did they not want Julius Randle?
Exactly. We're gonna head to segment 2. We got a lot more to talk about, guys, here on the Sporting Tribune today. All right, welcome back to the Sporting Tribune today. Do you guys have any lasting thoughts on the Jaylen Brown trade? Anything you want to get off your chest?
What is the Sixers theme song? Play it. I'm on
Clap
board.
your hands, everybody.
I'm on board.
Philadelphia.
Okay, all right. I'll ask this because we got into like the behind the scenes stuff, like why did they do it? Now looking at both teams, okay, what do you guys think of both teams? Like, obviously the Celtics got worse, but they signed Mitchell Robinson and Mike Conley Jr. for some reason. I don't know why that happened, but I guess I'll go to you first, John. What do you think of like the hierarchy now? Like, where are the Sixers at in the East? Where are the Celtics at in the East?
This comes with a massive caveat, and I hate to even say this, but if Joel Embiid is healthy, the Sixers are the best team in the NBA. Understand what I'm saying to you?
It's very fair.
If he is healthy, Joel Embiid is unstoppable. If I were the Sixers, buddy, you're not playing till February.
But John, before we came on, I said you ain't playing until May. We'll see you in the second round, bro.
You're not going to play a game of basketball until we make the playoffs. Because if he is healthy, there's no team that can stand in the Sixers' way by adding Jaylen Brown. Now, let's say Embiid plays the season that he's more likely to play. Let's give him 35 games. I think the Sixers end up being in the 2 seed again because there's somebody. I think Orlando's probably going to make a regular season run because it means more to them in the regular season.
Yeah,
there'll be a team that the regular season means more to them, but the Sixers will be playing so well with Tyrese Maxey, BJ Edgecombe having another good year, and then Jaylen Brown now leading that on a day-to-day basis. You now have the 1A alpha who not scared to take any type of shot from nowhere on the court in no moment. So to me, I know the Knicks just won the NBA championship, and I know Jaylen Brown never got to face them because he, basically pissed his leg, but Joe Mazzulla helped him a lot with that. But on this team, as constructed, if healthy, the Sixers are the best team in the NBA. Without Joel Embiid, they have a legit puncher's chance at an NBA championship. I 100% believe that.
Beav, what do you think?
I like Philadelphia 76ers, man.
We're at in the East. Just initially.
I'm at 2 or 3.
Okay.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Because if you look at it, you always have, like John was saying, you have that one team that loves a front run, like Detroit or Orlando or somebody like or somebody like that, right? Easy gonna get dropped as soon as the playoffs start. But how Philly is constructed and how Nick Nurse is going to operate this team, it's going to be this one type of team that's like a slow burn. It's going to burn hot right at the right time, and right around the playoff time, it's going to burn real slow and be real agitating to other teams as they face other teams. It's crazy to say. Boston probably looked at the news of the Los Angeles Lakers and say, you know what, let's do what they do and just stink it up for the next couple of years until we figure it out, because they literally slide from a playoff team to now looking like a play-in team with Tatum on the team.
By the way, for the Celtics, if they don't do as well as they did last year with Jaylen Brown in and Jason Tatum out, I'm questioning Jason Tatum now. They have just put a massive bullseye on Jason Tatum with this move.
Who's still recovering from injury.
He's got to be looking around and going, yo, what y'all do this to me for? Because now they're going to be looking at him. Okay, well, Jaylen Brown took us to the 2 seed. You take us to the 1 seed.
It put Joe in the hot seat too as a coach. It put you on the hot seat. I look at Brad kind of funny now, because what are you doing calling these shots?
Right.
And the ownership too. The whole organization would be a big question mark if they don't perform.
This is go ahead, Tim.
So obviously, I agree with everybody that the Sixers are going to want to be a top 3 seed in the East. Now, the caveat I will have is,
George.
Look, no, what?
No, I'm looking at this picture. The graphic. Oh my God.
The caveat I have is LeBron James. If LeBron comes to Cleveland, I'm just saying that's the one caveat, because if he goes to Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers are pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one caveat I have to all.
Okay, and your caveat is James Harden on the team.
Yes.
Who, by the way, I just want to add this, who left the Clippers because they wouldn't give him money, and now the reports are that he's taking money away so they can sign other players. So it's like, okay.
Hey, he wants to win now, man.
All right. I'm not going
to. And James Harden's going to ask for a trade back to Philly. We know how this show goes, man. We know how this goes.
Ben Simmons returned, Tim?
Be cool.
Ben Simmons returned to run backup point?
I would vomit.
To mentor LeBron Filon?
I would vomit.
I would do a handstand and vomit, so it goes in my nose and back in my mouth before I watch that again.
Can y'all add AI to the coaching staff? Because when this ring happens, he needs one.
Yeah,
look, he's getting the ring no matter what. He's getting the ring no matter what, bro. We don't need him coaching.
Yeah, he needs some coaching.
McDice, Lou Will, those guys.
Yeah, something.
Show your love. Yeah,
Andre Iguodala. Okay, well, let's move on. Yeah, McKee too.
McKee.
Snow? Eric Snow?
Go get one to Mutombo.
Crazy. Let's just go down the list. So let's move on to something that happened locally here in Los Angeles for us, for some of us, most of us.
A lot of snow.
Listen, the Lakers made a ton of moves, guys. They are back in contention. They just went all in on this next era of Luka Doncic, guys. Any takers on that, John?
Bro, it looked like they're doing an audition for Hoosiers. Okay, this the if it ain't white, it ain't right team, bro. What the hell?
I want to give a shout out to the Minneapolis Lakers, baby. We taking it back.
Yeah, this is a throwback to George Mikan. George Mikan is loving his Lakers team right now.
What they say is a bunch of plumbers out there playing. We taking it back to that era.
Remember Tim? I was talking about how remember Jerry West only won one title and everyone loved him. I think it was a precursor. I had no idea. I did not have sources. Okay, but John, realistically, John, what do you think of the moves that the Lakers made, and where do you have them in the West? We just talked about the Sixers in the East.
I think that Walker Kessler is going to have a monster year for this to make sense on paper.
Yep.
I like Walker Kessler. I don't think he's a bad NBA player. I think Walker Kessler is an above average NBA player. What you required for Luka to be the best version of Luka was a Derek Lively type center, a Daniel Gafford type center. Walker Kessler isn't that. This felt like a panic move. This felt like who's the best big available for us to go get, so Luka can be satisfied, and we can go to him and say, hey, we got the best big man on the market for you to do what you need to do. I think that this move felt more like that.
An appeasement.
Yes. The plugging in Austin Reaves with this. I don't like this at all. I really don't. I like the draft pick that they had with Carr to Kip and Baylor. I love that pick. I obviously love Luka, but you now have to look at the warts of Luka. Walker Kessler is very good. He cannot erase the warts of now you have two guys not playing defense making $70 to $80 million between the two of them. This is a nightmare. If you're a Laker fan, this is why we got out of the LeBron business. For this roster, I think the Lakers are. This is not even. You can't even say, oh, the rebuild is over, because they don't even have no cap space and they ain't got no draft picks.
No picks.
So this is your roster if you're a Laker fan. This is your roster going forward for the next 3 to 4 years, which feels like a lifetime in the NBA now.
Tim, go ahead.
I don't know if it's for the next 3 or 4 years. I feel like Pelinka is going to pull something out of his hat in the next two years. But for right now,
if he's there,
if you're a Lakers fan, you don't love this because this is not entertaining basketball. It is not even winning basketball. You could have just gave LeBron the $50 million for all that, but I think LeBron saw the writing on the wall. I don't want to be a part of this no more. So this is plan B for them. And plan B is just get the best roster we can, but they still can't compete because they're in the West. So you can't blame Rob Pelinka for trying, but this ain't going to get the job done. They're going to be, like I said, what did we say the other night? A 4 seed? Going to be a 4 seed. That's it. And that's just what it is. They're not going to make any more noise in the Western Conference. They're going to get bounced out in the second round if they advance, but I think they should. It's just more mid, unfortunately, but without LeBron, so that's less entertaining.
Beav?
I would say this. It's too much noise being made for a center that only played 5 games. It's too much money being thrown at a center. It's too much money being thrown at a center that we really haven't seen on the floor like that. And then on top of that, You pay Austin Reaves money, who's also injury prone, and then now you got Luka, who's also injury prone. So now I'm just paying money for the AARP United States Club. That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah. Also, the lights might be too bright for Kessler. When does he play the big NBA game?
Well,
now you're going to put him in the middle of the crypto.com arena, and you know what I'm saying?
I'll take it a step further than that. You have two players, two guards, that when they're matched up against someone that's super athletic, they struggle on defense. And when you look at the Western Conference, they're going against guards who are athletic. That's going to give them the blues. I would even dumb it down to the smallest level, and the Portland Trailblazers are going to give them fits. They're going to give them fits. You got John Morant, Dame Dollar, and don't let me look at Scoot Henderson and sharpen some more people they got. They would give them fits alone by themselves. I just feel like what the Lakers are doing is try to save face, but this is nothing but a hot seat for Rob Pelinka. You can't pull no more stunts because you don't have any more draft picks. You don't have draft picks for the next 7 years. So what are you going to offer me that is sexy enough to even make a trade with you? You're going to offer Bronny Jr.? We're going to offer Bronny Jr. in a 2.3?
By the way,
this is bad, man. This is bad.
Someone said to me, well, he's still got room to make moves if this doesn't work out. If this doesn't work out, who's trading for Austin Reaves and who's trading for Walker Kessler at these price tags?
That's what it is.
If this doesn't work out, like right now, I'm glad you said the Portland Trailblazers because this is a team that I liken them to now. Because you know what the Trailblazers have? Size and Klingon, who is better than Walker Kessler. They have John Morant, who on his best day can rival Luka when it comes to box office play. When we talk about Dame's track record already exists. So if you're giving me a guard that don't play D, give me Dame over Reaves. So when we talk about rosters being comparable, those are two very comparable rosters. If it was a fifth, we'd be drunk on Mardi Gras. But if John Morant comes to play, and I believe he will because he's been embarrassed by this whole situation, if he does that, then the Portland Trailblazers now should be put, if not here with the Lakers, a little bit above them because their roster construction is better. The Portland Trailblazers have dudes you haven't even heard of that when you see them on a good team.
Toby
Kamara is one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. And now you're backing him up with Klingon. You also have Robert Williams as his backup.
Yeah.
And so I think that the Lakers put themselves in a very unathletic position. And they're going to the Laker fan base who's excited about the Kessler trade, and they should be. I think they're going to get a rude awakening because in the ideal of Kessler sounds great with Luka. The actual play will not be the same.
So then if you're Rob Pelinka, how would you have used the assets you had this offseason? Basically money. They didn't have much other assets than that. Go ahead.
I think signing Kessler was fine. Like they needed a big time center. Like whether it was Duren or Kessler, they were going to get one of those two guys because they were going to go all in on a center. My problem with this is that they gave him 32.5, which like if you look at the market for him, it was like 30 to 35, whatever. They gave up all of their tradable draft capital that would net them a wing or a forward that could help them down the line. Because right now, and I'm going to bring up this graphic again because it's an insane starting five. The only guy that can play defense in this five is Walker Kessler. So nobody on the perimeter can play defense. So you're relying on just filtering everything to Walker Kessler. And this was the problem with the Utah Jazz with Rudy Gobert, is that their perimeter defense was so bad that Rudy Gobert, obviously he was great, but he got worn out, man, because he had to make up for all of that perimeter defensive mistake. So listen, and the thing is, you would say, well, they can just trade for someone. Okay, I will tell Laker fans this. Who is going to want DeAndre Ayton, Jared Vanderbilt, and Jake LaRavia in a trade, first of all? And then second of all, they don't have any picks to trade to give to someone to get those good players back. They don't have any.
I will do you one better. And this is why today makes it's mind-boggling that Philadelphia was able to trade for Jaylen Brown. You see what they gave up.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me the Lakers couldn't have got Jaylen Brown with some form of a pack? Because the Lakers' picks are going to be better. If you mean to tell me that the Lakers couldn't have just put a call into Jaylen Brown, say, what do we have outside of Luka and Austin because we just signed him that we could give you that would equate for you trading us Jaylen Brown? Because it's clear something's going on over there. We'll take him. We'll take him.
I got a question for you, John. When have you ever heard of Boston and Lakers making a trade together?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Did you? What, bro? Time out. Bro, they just traded with Philly.
They traded with Philly.
I understand that, but
come on, dog.
That's a different level.
We have a whole chat right in Los Angeles for Boston when Boston come into town. They have a whole I have not seen that. That's like asking during the prime when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson was playing together, can we make a trade? It's the same blood hostility going on between them two.
Philly's bad too, but I don't think it's to the level of the Lakers.
Dr. J knocked the snot out of Larry Bird. It's on video.
40 years ago, bro.
The Lakers-Celtics rivalry was damn near 30 years ago.
No, but
you had the revamping with the Kobe years versus Paul Pierce and all that.
Bro, that wasn't real. That was for show. Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant are best friends, damn near.
I'm just saying, like,
I would trade with my worst. I would trade with my worst common. I would trade with my enemy right in my backyard before I trade with my worst common enemy on the West Coast. And that's what you're seeing take place. We can duke it out all day on the East Coast. We can go have beers right after we squabble it out, right? But them on the West Coast, oh no, I can't even call them to pick up a phone to even ask them for a piece of paper because I know I'm not going to get it.
I'm
serious.
Y'all tweaking, bro.
It's like, you see the Dodgers calling the Yankees for a trade? It's certain teams where they just don't do trades. Like,
Dodgers don't want any of that trash over there.
If you can't, if you can't set aside your personal animosity to make sure that you do good business for your organization, then you should be fired. If you're the Boston Celtics and you just want to get rid of this guy, I don't think they cared who it was to. Now, the fan base probably would have been mad. How we give Jaylen Brown to the Lakers? The Lakers always get somebody.
Well, honestly, I think the Celtics probably thought, hey, you guys are going to laugh at me. The Paul George is obviously a better basketball fit for them than anything the Lakers would have had to give them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but his legs don't work.
Derrick Jones Jr. we could have given him Derrick Jones Jr. and a
ham
Disneyland
sandwich
cup and a Disneyland cup. We make him happy. A Disneyland cup. We never love Disneyland.
They could. The Lakers could have gave 2-for-1 coupons. It would have been equal to what they're finna get from Paul George, dog. His legs don't work.
I know the championship aspirations for the Lakers seem bleak right now after their handicap.
Don't you say those two words together.
Championship aspirations?
Yeah.
Lakers?
Yeah.
they're handicapped right now, but if Pelinka was able to pull off whatever thanks to Dallas as being silly.
Y'all, LeBron coming back?
No, but at some point it's unpredictable. No one could have seen the Sixers getting Jaylen Brown. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is Los Angeles.
Tim, we got a comment. Okay. It said you can trade DeAndre for a solid 3-and-D player. DeAndre Ayton, I'm assuming. He is underpaid in regards to other centers, which is crazy. Also, I think they may be betting on the two young guys, Thiero and Carr, to outplay their contracts. Gamble, but at this point necessary. That's a good point about Thiero and Carr. Maybe they're just betting on those guys being good. John?
I would say no one's going to take, to be honest. There we go. Hey, high quality.
Listen, I would bet on a miracle trade again in the next few years because everybody still loves Los Angeles and want to come here. And then in the next few years,
floated. Wait, where's the fireworks?
I'm so high, I'm floating, dog. Bro, you crazy.
Which part?
Crazy with DeAndre Ayton just opted in because he couldn't even get. They wouldn't get this man a bag of peanuts at Dodger Stadium, dog. What you mean?
What all he had was his chain. You saw that chain he had, the Dominator chain.
I remember that.
That's all he would. That's all he was wearing. But you got to think about this in the scheme of things. That trade is non and void. I would say if you want to go realistically, right? I would say Vanderbilt, depending on how the season shakes down, can bring you No. If he has a solid defensive start in the beginning of the season, you can go get a second round pick,
buddy.
At least. At least.
If
we
you're the
stop
Lakers,
with this Vanderbilt thing.
Yeah. No, Vandy. That dream ended 2 years ago.
We're gonna fire
I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to sell y'all another dream. So bear with me, please.
Jeremy Grant.
The only thing the Lakers can do now is try to find a way to get Jonathan Kuminga.
I agree with you.
This is the only other option for them. I don't care whether you got to rob Peter and pay Paul. You got to figure out a way to get Jonathan Kuminga. That's the only way any of this makes it. That's the only help out there. You're not trading DeAndre Ayton for anything serviceable in this league. The only thing you can possibly do with the players that are actually available is you can bring in Jonathan Kuminga, who can 3-and-D. He's dumb as a box of rocks, but you don't have to run complicated stuff when he's on the court. He can pick and roll. He can be in a dunker spot. He can play the 4. He can spread and be they can go small with Kessler. He can actually guard the other team's best player. If you give Jonathan Kuminga a respectable role, you can get positive production out of Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors didn't want to do that because of their offense and the buddy nature that they have in the organization with the guys that they got. And he got around the Atlanta Hawks too late, and they already had that cake was already baked. So what Jonathan Kuminga might need at this point in his career is an opportunity to just find a role and play that role on a regular night with minutes on a competitive team. And if the Lakers can't figure out a way to do something like that, then I have no idea how they're going to get more athletic in the next 72 hours.
It's not going to happen. And I think my big question is, this year, in my opinion, even if they get Kuminga, is a wash. You're not going to win.
That's crazy. This is like the year that they were supposed to. Oh, this is where we're getting Luka everything he needs.
So
I disagree with that. I disagree with that though.
Okay.
I think if you get Kuminga, you now with Luka can beat anybody. We've seen in the last 5 minutes, Luka Doncic can beat any team in the NBA, Spurs included. We've seen him beat the Thunder, healthy. We've seen it.
Build like the Mavs. You're trying to build a team like they did in Dallas. He went to
There's a Derrick Jones Jr.
Correct. Yeah. And so bringing in Jonathan Kuminga, a far better version of Derrick Jones Jr., you would give them that swing forward that he desperately needs, because that person's gonna have to guard the other team's best perimeter player.
Yeah.
And you need that. Jarred Vanderbilt's not that guy. This would allow Walker Kessler to be able to cover less ground because Jonathan Kuminga either be on ball side or weak side, and his ability to rotate, it makes the defense easier to play. But because if you bring Rui back, in addition to finding a way to get Kuminga, now you really talking.
Yeah.
Now you're really talking. But financially,
I don't think that's
how are you doing that?
I just don't. I
I
think that the Lakers.
But Buddy talk about trading DeAndre Ayton for a serviceable wing.
The Dominator, baby.
Dominating Ayton.
Dominating Ayton.
All right, fellas, we're going to do a post show because we still have a lot of things to talk about if we so dare. But thank you guys so much on terrestrial radio for hanging out with us. John is floating, Beav, Tim, I'm Grant Mona. We'll see you guys.
USA!
It's the post show. We can curse. We can
Buddy,
do whatever we want.
I love all people who comment on this program. I love all y'all.
Mike Newton sent that question in.
The more y'all comment, the better, okay? But goddamn, that's the dumbest shit I have ever heard since I have been on this show. No disrespect to whoever said that.
Do you want me to read
comment.
it again for you?
Please don't. I can't take that again. I love everybody who comes and comments on this show and you watch it because this is really healthy basketball talk, and you're not getting this nowhere else on the West Coast. So welcome. I love all y'all. But that's some dumb shit. Dumb shit, dog.
So, John, where do you have the Lakers? Like, I remember we did it with the Clippers and the Kings.
Yes.
Which is still on, by
Which
the way.
is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Cage match is still on.
Yeah, we're still going for it. Summer League, be there, July 9th. But anyways, where do you have the Lakers now in the hierarchy of the West?
Play in. At best, play in.
Yeah, because you like list off the teams. Go ahead.
San Antonio, OKC, you can flip that however you want to. Depending on what happens with Bron, I put Golden State at third. So for the sake of the conversation, let's say that they do get him.
Sure.
I put them at third. I put the Nuggets fourth. I put the Rockets fifth. Dependent on how things go, I put Portland sixth because if Dame is healthy and whatever they got to iron out the guards, but no matter what, because of the talent in Portland, I'm putting Portland sixth. And then after that, the Lakers are somewhere in that mix with Phoenix, which makes me throw up. I just don't see
Utah too. Remember
Utah? Oh, I would say Utah. I would say Utah is sixth. I would put Utah ahead of the Lakers.
I really way.
Would. Tim, he's high on Utah, and so am I.
I think
Utah.
They're very young and raw. They got a lot of growing to do.
Kinda. Like Laurie's been in the league for a while. Triple J's been in the league for a while.
Yes.
Filipowski's in what, year 3?
Keon George had a monster year last year.
They added a top 2 pick or whatever,
and Jackson Hayes.
But okay, but they still have been horrible. They're not ready. Like they're not going to ascend like the Spurs did.
But they were. But listen, dude, they got investigated last year for throwing games. Yeah. Like they were trying to lose.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think the Jazz effort this year, right out of the gate, will be far better because you got Darren Peterson, you got Ace Bailey, you got Lauri Markkanen, you got Keon George. You could
they loaded, man.
Offer there.
Why does it have Walker Kessler?
I think Jaren Jackson Jr. and another year in this offense at center, Lauri Markkanen at the 4, Ace Bailey at the 3, Darren Peterson at the 2, even though he wants to play the 1, and Keon George. I think that energy, moving as fast as that team can play, so they can use their athleticism. Can you imagine the Lakers trying to guard that?
I feel you, but so what about the Rockets? I think the Lakers are a better team than the Rockets.
I agree.
I think Fred VanVleet being back, you get another year of Amen Thompson in a proper position. He's not playing point guard anymore. You get Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant gonna give you what he gonna give you. I gave up on Jabari Smith Jr. Whatever you give him, it is what it is. And hopefully Alvin Şengün learns how to shoot more than 10 feet.
Yeah, we were talking about Şengün being a potential star of this league at some point. He fell off tremendously.
Because KD showed up and was like, "Bro, you are ass," and he was like, "I am. I know. I'm sorry, KD."
The playoffs took Şengün power away. That's what it was. He was exposed in so many ways during that playoff series to where people was like, you know what, we thought you was gonna be the baby Jokic, but you really just a fraud. But to back off the Utah standpoint, I had another team in there, and you can call me crazy. It just depends on if they can retool correctly. I'm going to put the Kings in there too. They definitely can overjump they can jump the Clippers right now. Clippers are handcuffed.
Well, the Clippers, I mean, unfortunately,
Clippers are handcuffed. Memphis is not doing nothing. New Orleans is not doing nothing.
Yep.
So who else you can look upon in the bottom of the scrap?
Dallas.
Can I sell you a dream?
Yes.
Sell it to me.
The return of Kyrie Irving.
Dallas.
In peak form.
Dallas.
With Derek Lively healthy, with Daniel Gafford healthy, with Cooper Flag going into
Dallas. Ooh, yeah.
Now with Kyrie back at point guard, I think because Kyrie has been so wishy-washy and the fact that he's been out of sight, so which means he's out of mind, we forget how good Kyrie Irving is.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving is the second best point guard in the league because I have that reserved for Steph Curry just out of blind spot.
Yeah, of course.
But Kyrie Irving is bar none the best ball handler in the business. So to me, if he's healthy and he's right, and you got him pouring in the Cooper Flag, you got a new head coach, who brought his dog from Michigan. So I just think, get this off the screen. Ugh. But
Santi Aldama's solid for that for the Mavericks. Like he
was solid. He was solid for the Grizzlies.
For Memphis. He was solid.
I think there's going to be a regular season team that plays hard every game. I think Dallas in the Western Conference will be that team. When you look up in January, February, you go, damn, how the Mavericks in third place?
How about the Suns? Anybody?
No.
They got Miles Bridges.
No, we're good. I'm good on them.
Fluke year?
No.
I would say this, right? 7. So let's relocate this, right?
One more.
Yeah.
Let me say y'all one more dream. Well, let me get it out.
I think it's gonna be the Kings. Clippers.
What if Zion is gonna give?
What else is there down there though? Like I don't even know.
Derek
what's
Queen.
going on.
Tell
Jeremiah
him,
Fears.
John.
Jeremiah Fears is scary.
Ball
they
knower.
They still got who's buddy that everybody's trying to trade? Still got Trey Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
They got Murray down there.
Herb Jones.
They got defenders. They got bounce.
DeJounte.
I'm okay. Yeah.
But I'm saying, what if DeJounte Murray? What if that works now? What if that?
DeJounte Murray. Yeah.
New coach.
Jeremiah Fears, DeJounte Murray, Derek Queen, Zion. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying that they're gonna win the Western Conference. But if Zion is off of these Mariah Mills type people in the all season,
Oh my God.
ain't no telling.
Coach Mosley too. Why not?
I mean, look, hey, listen. When Zion done spitting in these females' mouths, bro, listen, he can hoop.
Dude, he was actually really good last year when he was on the floor. But
right,
again,
he needs to be on the floor more.
I feel like I haven't seen really watch Zion Williamson play basketball in 3 years.
Oh, you should have. He was fun last year.
It's just been.
That was one of the most confusing things. I would watch the Pelicans all the time, and they beat the Clippers twice late in the year to kind of ruin their playing thing. But I watched the Pelicans a lot for whatever reason. I interviewed Derek Queen one-on-one. I love Jeremiah Fears. And every time I would watch them, be like, how are they bad?
They should be better.
How are they bad? Look at their roster. They're solid. That's why everyone wants their players and they never want to give them up.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Fears was so good last year.
Yes. Big fan.
I'll say they're solid, but I feel like New Orleans is finna mess it up. That's why I have faith in them. And Murphy's going to be traded somewhere. We just don't know where.
They're asking for a king's ransom for him.
They can ask for all what they want to, and you see how these trades are being shaken down. A lot of teams ain't budging when people are asking for it.
Bruh,
you get what you get.
But here's the problem though with these trades, right? If you call me and go, look what they got for Jaylen Brown. Look what they got for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, look what they got for Walker Kessler. We can have these conversations.
That's a good point. Jaylen Brown has kind of set some of these teams back. That was like to be fleeced like that. If you're a star player, you might not. It won't take that much to get you, especially if they're trying to dump you.
Bro, once Luka got traded,
look at what the Bucks got.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point, Grant.
Once Luka got traded, everybody was on the table for me. There is nobody that is safe. From that point on, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead. Hey, Luka got traded. That could happen.
By the way,
you could name Jokic. Oh yeah, they offered 8 picks and 4 swaps, and he got traded. Well, that makes sense.
I think if you look around the league, with the exception of what the Lakers foolishly did with their money, I honestly think a lot of this has to do with the cap. I think a lot of these owners are running for the hills when it comes to the second apron, man.
Yep.
This second apron got people shook. Like, who's the buddy from The Wire? Omar coming.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with the Celtics. I'm telling you.
It happened with the Knicks. The Knicks didn't pay Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
But
Mitchell made me mad, man. You went straight to the ops. I know other teams you could have went to the Lakers for God's sakes, but you went straight to Boston on a hot train down to Maine. You said, this is where I need to be, and this is where I need to kick it in. Of course, I knew it was more money on the table for somebody. I know it was.
And he gets to stay on the East Coast. It's a very, town.
I think the second apron has really caused almost all of this chaos. Because I think if the second apron wasn't an issue, Kawhi Leonard would still be on the Clippers.
I agree.
I think that if the second apron wasn't really that big of a deterrent, LeBron would still be on the Lakers. I think a lot of these moves you're seeing, I think Giannis still would have been gone. I think John Morant still would have been gone. But for the most part, the Celtics would not have blown their roster up and blamed it on a stream if the second apron did not exist, man. Because when that new guy took over the team, he started not Portland bad, but he started doing things that people were like, well, wait a minute. You paid all this money for this team. We won a championship, and now you want to break it apart?
Drew Holiday, Porzingis, all those
immediately.
Guys. Yeah,
immediately. So I think that second apron is the culprit here, and I just think it's going to be a while before we all really understand the damage that the owners have done to themselves with the second apron.
Bro, Paul George and Norman Powell would still be Clippers if the second apron wasn't there.
I would.
That second apron was going to be gone after the next CBA.
Oh hell yeah!
And that's what I was saying. Like, is that now a conversation we can start having about the CBA and this apron talk? In which can we see it being gone? Because is it making it good for basketball or is it making it bad for basketball?
Now, I'm glad you asked that question.
It was meant to make it more competitive for like the New Orleans of the world, but I mean, New Orleans still stinks.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to New Orleans. Nobody's going down there and saying, "Hey, the money's down there. I'm coming."
This is the thing that I struggle with as a lifelong basketball diehard. Again, no disrespect to the WNBA, but I watched the Sky play the Mystics the other day. I'm sick. Okay. I love basketball.
Good man.
My question and the thing that I grapple with back and forth is kind of like what you just asked. Is competitive balance good for basketball? Because I don't think it is. I think dynasties have made the NBA what it is today. We don't remember 7 straight champions in the NBA. This period of the NBA will be looked at as it'll be washed away because there's no individual dynasty that you can look to. There's no individual player outside. Wemby may come to be that, but there's no real player of this era that you can look at and go, that guy took this era over. LeBron had his period, but that got interrupted by Steph Curry.
Yep.
Kobe had his period, but he shared it with Shaquille O'Neal. Previous to that, Michael Jordan did a decade, Bird and Magic did a decade, and right before that, Dr. J had his time. And then Kareem was somewhere in there as well. I don't want to disrespect Kareem at all. But my point being, and I would love to hear what you guys think about this. I don't like parity. I think if parity bails out bad owners, the Pelicans, for example, the Hornets, the Nets, the Bucks, the Kings, what Portland will no doubt become, the Suns, parity bails out really bad teams. And because now everybody's running scared because you think now a superstar going to land on your team, what ends up happening? Jaylen Brown's on another good team. Giannis ends up back down in Miami. You're just rotating good players on the same team.
I think the NBA, the league, wants the parity because they want to feel like everybody has a chance. They want the Indiana Pacers to get to the conference finals. Now, when they get to the finals and nobody's watching that finals, they don't like that, but they want the interest of every market they have. So to do that, you need to have parity. But to your point, when it comes to the big time viewers, like the finals, we're not watching. We want to see greatness. We want to see Wemby over and over again. Who can knock him off? Or the Jordan era. Can Malone do it? He has his second chance to do it. Can he do it? Can Reggie Miller knock off Jordan? It's a tough thing because as a fan, you want if I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan, I want to know my team has a chance. But as a viewer in Philadelphia, I'm like, get this off my screen.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a tough balance. I don't know. There is no correct answer. I just think the NBA is trying to do what the NFL has done, but they can't.
I'll give you a better answer than that. Has anyone played the game 82 and 0 on 82.com?
I've seen that. Somebody sent it to me. I didn't get a chance to play it yet.
I would highly tell you to play it because it's certain eras in which certain teams, it's nobody you can select from. It's just period, point blank. I don't care if you try to make this new apron to make it feel that I can get a player down there, but no one's going down to Charlotte to have fun. Like no one's going down there to play. No one's going down to Memphis. No one's going down to New Orleans to build it. It's just, it is what it is, right? The reason it works.
I would add Portland into that too now.
Yeah, Portland, but they ain't making it. We'll talk about that later. But with
we ain't want to stop.
Yeah, the reason why it works with the NFL because it's not that many teams, right? The NBA has more teams, more markets in which teams are moving around.
NFL has more teams.
No, NFL has more teams.
32.
But wait, 32. But legit wise, do they have teams? No, the reason why I'm saying this is certain teams in the NFL no one really pays attention to, starting with the Cleveland Browns, right?
It doesn't matter because
their fans pay attention.
But we know regardless of how many draft picks we give them, how many quarterbacks they give them, they are not getting through the mountaintop at all. It's the same thing. It's the same thing when you look at like certain teams, like the Pelicans. We can give them everything under the sun; they're not going to cut it. We can give everything to Charlotte Hornets; they're not going to cut it.
In the NFL, I can conceivably see how if you have a smart GM, how the Browns
and a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. More importantly, the quarterback. I could never see New Orleans winning anything, even when they have Zion.
They have a good team.
But to kind of tie this all together, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do to make it an equal playing field. What fans enjoy is certain key players, right? Certain markets are always going to reign supreme. Certain teams lineage, right? Family oriented wise. When you were growing up, your dad was a fan of this team and it passed down this way to this way, right? Certain players that you are seeing getting drafted that turn into stars, they're not being drafted to the Charlotte Hornets, or they're not being drafted to the Kings or nothing like that.
They are just getting traded.
They're gonna get there, get sent to a dominant market and reign supreme. So let's get back to when the narrative was, let's all as a league, right, try to dethrone the Lakers or try to dethrone
the Warriors.
Michael Jordan. The Warriors.
Like the Rockets made their team built to beat the Warriors only.
And would have if they make goddamn three.
And that made basketball so fun is because everyone's hunting the main person at the top versus now it's like a buddy system. But it's so many champions now. I can't even tell you who is who.
Yeah, but
I can't year to year.
But don't you think teams are now, well, maybe it just happened now, but this is kind of just what I'm seeing from everybody is like, oh, who do we get that can stop the Spurs? Or who do we get that can stop the Thunder? Like,
the league's always done that.
Who can we put on SGA? Who can we put on Wemby? Like, so that hasn't gone away. Like the second apron hasn't changed the way teams are thinking about these superstars. And if you look, I just put up the parody era champions, like Boston still won one. The Lakers in Los Angeles still won one. The Knicks, the biggest market in the world, still won one. Golden State, which I would consider like the Bay, I would consider the Warriors a big brand now.
Right.
They won one in this parody era. So it didn't prevent those teams from winning.
I would remove.
I think to put a bow around this whole topic, the second apron is preventing teams from building dynastic teams because you can't afford it.
Or go to John, and you can jump out. To go back to John's point, he's been saying this for every show I've been on, right? Who are you to say that I have to take less money? The only reason the Knicks won is because Brunson took less money. Like, you're stopping people from getting paid to make it make sense. That's the thing. Like, after a certain while, me as a player, if I'm due what I'm due, I'm gonna use Jaylen Brown argument for this one. If I had the best season of my career, I want to get paid. Pay me. I shouldn't have to take a pay cut because I'm thinking about the team. I can think about them, but can I get my Brinks truck that I work for, right?
And that's what I'm saying with this second apron.
And I can work for it, right? That's what we're talking about. And certain teams are never awarded. They can have a Brinks truck parked at my front door. I'm not going to New Orleans, right? I love to eat down there. I love the party, but I'm not building a dynasty down there, right? You can back the Brinks truck up all you want to. Thank God it's happening for the Wizards, but I wasn't going to DC to do that. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. And the Knicks was due just because Brunson took the pay cut and he turned into the Wonder Twins and brought in his favorite party, his best friends, and they made it work.
Nova buddies, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the scheme of things, right? We know who the dominant teams are when it comes to the NFL and the NBA, right? Just as a whole. some teams just are not going to get it right, regardless of how you try to make it a playing field, until they legitimately sit down and come to a realization that you ain't gonna never have it. Players are not attracted to this city. It's never going to transpire down here, right? We can make it competitive, but you're not going to frustrate a whole championship in this team.
Go ahead, John.
Here's the perfect team for this exercise, right? The Orlando Magic drafted Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. Immediately got to the NBA championship. Didn't work out. Not long after that, they ended up with Dwight Howard. Got back to the NBA championship. It didn't work out. So,
but John, I think this is an argument for parity because if you look at the Pacers, the Reggie Miller era, people love the Pacers. Like he never left, and the Halliburton went to the finals. The Orlando and the Pacers are an example where the proof where parity kind of works because those teams like the Pacers and the Bucks won a championship. No one would ever go to Milwaukee. So those are three examples of parity actually working.
Patrick Ewing is not considered the greatest NBA center ever because Michael Jordan was busting his ass for a decade.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
End of story. End of story.
Yeah.
So,
The end.
The beginning, the end. So to me, there are only 4 real teams that I would say are a dynasty. Since 1990, or I'll go back. No, so since 1980, what the Lakers and Celtics,
5 teams.
Right? Yes. So what the Lakers and Celtics did, I count that.
Yeah.
What the Bulls did, obviously we count that. What the Lakers did, I count that. What the Warriors did, even though it was fractured and broken into pieces, I 100% count that. Those were the times in NBA games where you can remember something happened. You can remember.
I just made my point again. The Spurs
3, 5, and 7. 03, 05, 07, I think.
Yeah, like the Spurs. Actually, from 99 until like 15, they were always competitive.
But like title winning, they won 3 in what? 6 years?
5 years, I think it was.
Yeah.
And who the hell wants to go to San Antonio?
Hey, can we do an honorable mention? The Detroit Pistons.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
We can't
89, 90.
I'm not doing that.
Or the Rashid team.
You need more. You need more than 2 for me.
Yeah.
You need more than
that's
2
why.
for me.
That's why I said honorable mention. That's why I said.
That's why I say the Heat. That's why I couldn't say the Heatles. You need more than 2 for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
The only championship, I don't even call it a dynasty. I just call it the one championship that reigns supreme overall over a lot of dynasties is that Dirk Nowitzki won when he played the Miami Heat.
That might be.
He went through a gauntlet by himself.
Yeah.
I will fight anybody, and I'll die on the hill that was the greatest championship run ever.
That's a dynasty, just one single
year dynasty.
That was a dynasty. And the reason why it was a dynasty because round after round he was dethroning team after team.
Legends.
It was what Lakers, Spurs, Thunder, Heat. Was that like the run they went on?
Yes.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That was like an episode of Game of Thrones. He was literally riding the dragon, right, and just taking names every stop he was going.
Yeah.
But yeah, to put a bow on it, that's where I'm thinking of is like you got to think about certain teams that just sit at the top, regardless of the market, or they just sit at the top. And you can try to make it a fair landscape by saying, hey, let's put a second apron on there. Maybe, it's going to make other teams. All the teams is doing is they just transferring them to another team. Hey, we can't pay you no more. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to send you to another market that's just as dominant. We ain't going to throw you to the wolves and send you to the bottom of the barrel. It's not like Jaylen Brown got traded to the Kings.
Right.
Go to Philly. You know what? You can't make it here. Kessler, go to LA. It's all right, big dog. Hey, Giannis. They'd had LeBron, Chris Bosh, and D Wade. You know what? Here goes another superstar. It's like they're just moving them this way, and the teams at the bottom are not being rewarded because what they have to do, build through the draft, go through the rigors of trying to find a star all over again.
But the smart teams have done it.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at all the champions. They were all drafted. Kobe was drafted. They traded for him. Tim Duncan drafted.
Yes.
Yes.
Steph Curry drafted, Klay Thompson drafted, Shea.
Yeah,
I would kind of say drafted.
So wait, let's go to tier 2, right? I say you got your big dogs at the top, the Lakers, Boston, all that type of stuff, right? Then you got your tier 2 teams, which is players don't mind going to because it's cool there, right? San Antonio minus Galveston. Then you have OKC because the Clippers done gave them half their livestock. You got those tier 2 teams where people don't mind bouncing around because after I retire, they're going to love me like no other, right? Toronto, because of Kawhi, right? It's just those tier 2. But then you have those tier 3 teams where you don't think about them at all. Let's just focus on the not think about teams, right? Have you heard anybody wake up in the morning and say, I want to go to Charlotte?
No.
But here's the tricky part. Here's the tricky part of that, right? The Chicago Bulls apply to that.
No.
Whoa,
yes.
Wait, what?
No, they were in the doldrums until 1984. Don't want to give a damn about the Chicago Bulls until that.
So let me ask you, Beav. Let me ask you a question. Beav, let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who was the last player the Chicago Bulls signed that you went, damn, they got him?
The last person that they signed
that you went, damn, they got him?
Pau Gasol.
Facts.
Like literally,
Pau Gasol was that guy.
Because Derrick Rose was drafted, so you can't.
Derrick Rose was drafted.
Jimmy Butler was drafted. So
correct,
drafted. But Paul Gasol was one. Even DeMar DeRozan kind of took me for.
DeMar
DeRozan.
And
I was like,
Caruso was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So Chicago,
even Levine was a surprise for me because what he was doing in Minnesota.
It was a trade.
Trade. He signed again.
So for me, yes, your argument when you tier it makes sense. But the teams that traditionally sign people over the last 20 years, it's Los Angeles, the Lakers, not the Clippers, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me because it's the same city.
I agree.
Never mind. Miami, which we know why. And Dallas,
tax-free money.
And Dallas seems to get people.
Yeah.
Again, don't know why, but
Golden
Dallas.
State,
I think tax-free money too.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Them in Houston.
Well, outside of KD, Golden State had. Well, you're right because they got Iguodala.
Yeah, they
also got KD. So I would give Golden State the same reign as those other three. But NBA free agency is very, very complicated and it's very, very difficult because when you hit the market, no one said nobody wants to go to Utah, and that's damn near number one after Memphis. So
next to Galveston.
It's a NBA free agency is very, very difficult, man. And I don't necessarily see guys signing at certain places, and I think that's the real problem with the free agency. But that's also amplified now because of the second apron.
All right, any last topics, guys? Are we ready to get out of here? Is there anything to add? Hey, USA won.
Listen, man.
I want to give out the shout out to John, man. If y'all, I know we do this, but shout out to John with his live stream when he was in the bar, man. Soccer early in the morning, all that type of stuff, man. I woke up like, John at the bar already? This is crazy. You know what I mean?
I had a marathon today, bro.
Hey, you did your thing on that marathon. I just want to give you a shout out for that, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I was out there at 10 a.m. I was out there at 10 a.m. I was popping again at 5 p.m. Somewhere around 5 p.m. And I'm popping again right now, bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm grinding this thing for everybody, man. So the bigger we get, the better it'll be for everybody, man. And so we're gonna keep this thing rolling, man. But I appreciate the shout out.
Tim, anything about Team USA? Anything?
Team USA, Philadelphia, the birthplace of freedom, July 4th weekend, 250 years, and we got freaking Jaylen Brown to celebrate it, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
You guys take care. We'll see you in the next one.